From Salinas, California, here's the California All-Star Rodeo, brought to you by Rise Instant Lather, the richer, wetter lather that doesn't dry out on your face, stays moist and creamy all through your shave. For smoothest shaves in half the time, shave with Rise, America's largest selling shave cream.
Welcome to Salinas, California, and the California All-Star Rodeo, one of America's oldest and most colorful rodeos, celebrating its 50th year, its Golden Jubilee. 477 of the world's ranking cowboys have come here to compete for rodeo's richest purse, $74,880. On this fourth and final day, the leaders will battle for top prize money on the toughest animals in rodeo, hand-picked from two of the West's best livestock strings. You'll see bareback, saddle bronc, and bull riding, calf roping, and steer wrestling. And for the first time on TV, the spectacular team roping event. So get set for the most exciting action you've ever seen. Hi, folks. I'm Mel Lambert, your rodeo announcer. I'll be bringing you a play-by-play description of the All-Star California Rodeo here in Salinas, California. Coming up in just a second, bareback riding. While our first contestant gets ready, I'd like to tell you an important scientific fact. Now, all men have different type of skin and beards. The lather that's right for me may be all wrong for you. That's why Rise Instant Lather and only Rise comes in 3 different lathers, one for every type of skin and beard. If you've got a tough, heavy beard like Glenn Franklin, you need Rise Extra Heavy with lanolin. If you've got tender skin like Bill Federson, get the coolest skin-soothing lather ever made. Rise Extra Cool with menthol, now medicated. If you've got a regular beard like mine, you'll want Rise Regular with extra soaking action. For the smoothest shaves in half the time, choose the Rise that's right for you. Let's go over here and talk to John Hawkins of Twain Harte, California. Hi, John. How are you today?
Hi, Mel.
John, they tell us you're 2 points ahead in the bareback riding here in the lead over Jim Shoulders and Greg Whalen. You think you're going to hold your lead here in the finals today?
I hope so.
Well, John, I hope you do too. They tell me this little Ruby that you've drawn here, this bucking horse, is certainly a rough one. Have you ever tried to ride her before?
Yes, I drew her once before at Hayward, California, and happened to ride her.
Well, John, you've been the perennial runner-up for the championship of the world each year for the last 3 years. How do you hold your lead this year?
Well, right now I'm sitting in 7th place. I've been real lucky.
Well, you'll come to the front, and good luck on your final horse, John.
Thank you.
In bareback riding, the cowboy rides with a single hand hold in a leather rigging. Must keep one hand free and ride for 8 seconds. 27 cowboys are entered here, making a purse of $6,600. Ralph Buell is the rider with a score of 344 on the 2 horses he's already ridden. Notice Ralph's feet. He must have them high in the horse's neck the first jump out of the chute in order to qualify. The whistle marks the end of the 8 seconds, and now the judges total their score. Each cowboy has mounted 2 horses here, and the 15 contestants with the best total score are meeting in the finals to decide first place, worth $1,038. Here's the score on Ralph Buell, 173, giving him the lead now with 517 points on 3 head. Now Harry Tompkins, Dublin, Texas, number 2 man in the standings for the title in this event. Watch Tompkins jerk his knees and feet in the air, scoring points as he rides. A judge on either side of the horse scores the rider from 1 to 20 points according to how well he rides, and the animal from 65 to 85, depending on how hard he bucks. So to win, the cowboys want the rankest horses. Tompkins goes into the Salinas finals with 342 on 2 head. He needs to score 176 to take over the lead, and the judges say his score is 179, putting this cowboy ahead with a total of 521 points. Here's Sammy Flynn of Long Creek, Oregon. His first 2 horses, he has a score of 344. In order to go to the lead, he'll have to make 178 points. Here's the Ray Coors horse called Spotted Fever. He's been tried 10 times this year, only ridden twice. He's bucked off our current world champion, and here's Sammy Flynn, 21-year-old bareback rider. Stay with him, Sammy boy. Watch those spurs high in the air and the free hand. Notice the high kicking action in the rear of the horse, and the pickup man in there, they almost got him. Sammy's wondering what his score is as he goes back, and our judges say it's 179, giving him a total of 523. And as we go up the line with these bareback riders, Sammy now goes to the head of the bunch with the high score on his 3-horse total. And here's Buddy Peak of Tucson, Arizona, with a score of 345 on 2 head. In order to beat the last cowboy, Sammy Flynn, he'll have to make 179. Here's Red River, the horse, owned by Andy Arregui of New Hall, California. He's a tough one, too. He's been out 12 times this year, only ridden twice. Last year, he was at the national finals in Dallas, Texas. And this cowboy, Buddy Peak, is the 14th ranking cowboy for the championship of the world in bareback riding. Well, if you'll notice, he's wearing a bandage on the left arm from a badly cracked elbow. And he's also got a cracked ankle that he received earlier in bareback riding. He's a lad that's been rodeoing since he was 15. He's 26 years old now. Watch as he takes that hold in the bareback rigging. When he thinks the horse is ready and he's ready, he'll give the nod. The gate man will open the gate. So take a deep seat, a long breath, and stay long time, Buddy Peak. And here he comes. See his feet high over his shoulders. Stay in the buggy, Buddy. Don't lose him. Down goes Buddy Peak. It's too bad for this good cowboy. And Buddy goes back to the chutes feeling a little bit blue here today. He gets no score. The reason? He bucked down before the sound of the horn. Well, better luck next time, Buddy. Feels that old cracked wrist and elbow there a little bit. Our pickup men now getting the horse out of the arena, and in a moment we'll be ready with our next bareback rider. All right. Back over to the chutes now. Here's Eddie Akridge of Midland, Texas, with a score of 345 on his first 2 horses. In order to go to the top of the bunch, he'll have to make a score of 179. He's got the Ray Coors horse, a good one, called Casey. He's been out 6 times this year, and like the other 2 ahead of him, he's only been ridden twice. And you saw him, many of you, in action at the national finals in Dallas, Texas in 1959. Akridge from Midland, Texas. He's been 3 times our world champion bareback rider. Notice him taking his hold here. Puts his fingers through the handhold here, then bends his glove back, takes a good firm grip. Notice over here on the other side of the chute, a cowboy tries to gentle the old pony a little bit, keep his mind off of Eddie on his back. These boys want the horse to stand as quietly as possible. Eddie says, let's have him, and here he is, a 3-time champion in action. Look at the action on this one. Don't lose him, Eddie. Stay right up there, cowboy. Well, did he make it? It was a close one. It's up to the judges to decide. An 8-second ride. Well, Eddie's wondering, too, as he comes back, did he make it to the horn or not? Well, here it is. The judges say score. He did it. 174, giving him a total of 519. But Eddie doesn't go ahead of Sammy, who has the high score so far. Well, we're right over here at the chutes now with Greg Whalen of Santa Cruz, California. With a score of 347 on his first 2, he'll have to make a score of 177 to beat Sammy Flynn. Watch that action here. There goes his hat. Stay right up there, cowboy. This is old Roney of the Arregui string, and down goes Greg Whalen. Well, it was before the sound of the whistle, so he gets no score. A tough old horse, this one. 30 years old. He's been one of the greatest and still mighty, mighty hard to ride. Well, he's carried a lot of good cowboys to the pay window, and he's bucked down a lot of good ones before the whistle. Here's Jim Shoulders of Henrietta, Oklahoma. 347 is his score on 2, and he's tied for second place as we go into the finals. Spur him, cowboy. He'll have to make 177 to go to the lead on this ride. He's won 4 world championships in this event, more than any other cowboy in the business. Already in day money here, he's won $519, and he's our current all-around champion of the world. Watch our pickup men moving in on Shoulders. Jim is plenty sore. He's ridden a lot of stock here. He'll probably take it a little easy getting off of this one. Here's Don Happy taking the dallies, picking the horse up. Ty Salachi, our arena director, moving in to help him. And Jim taking his hand out of the rigging. And he is sore here today. Well, old Jim has won his share of money, over $300,000 in all in the rodeo arena. One of the greatest in the business. Here's John John Hawkins of Twain-Hart, California. He'll be our next bareback rider. He has a score of 349 on his 2 horses. He's our leading man now as we go into the finals with a score. He'll have to make a score of 175 to beat Sammy Flynn to win the bareback riding here. Here he is on Little Ruby that he mentioned he rode once before, and it looks like he might make it again. Don't lose him, Johnny. A tough horse, 10 times out, only been ridden 4 times, and there's the horn, and Hawkins makes it. He's been 3 times our runner-up for the bareback riding championship. He's already won $595 here. Let's see what the cowboy judges have to say about his score. It's a good one, 176, or a total of 525. And this makes John Hawkins our bareback riding winner for the 1960 California Rodeo. Now let's have a word from Ed Letourneau, number 3 man so far in the bull riding here.
Hi, folks. I'm Ed Letourneau. This Rise lather is the one I stay with. It's the one lather I've found that doesn't dry out on my face. It keeps my whiskers wet and soft so my razor doesn't scratch or pull. I get clean, smooth shaves all the time. Watch this.
Guard against razor scratch. Guard against razor scratch. Now there's a new instant lather that guards against razor scratch because it doesn't dry out on your face. Instead, it stays moist and creamy, keeps whiskers wet and soft all through your shave. It's Rise patented small bubble lather, the richest, wettest lather ever made. Rise wetter lather puts more moisture into whiskers, keeps them wet and soft all through your shave. Guards against razor scratch, gives you closer, more comfortable shaves in half the time.
How's that for proof? Shave with Rise, the wetter lather that doesn't dry out on your face. Rise regular with extra soaking action. Or Rise extra cool with menthol, now medicated. It helps heal tiny razor nicks while it cools your skin. And here's a big bargain for you. For only 19 cents more, get almost twice the lather. It's the new giant economy size Rise, regular or menthol. A full 6 months supply, only 98 cents. Get new giant economy size Rise, regular or menthol.
Well, this is Bob Henry of Lakeside, California, and he's our leading bulldogger or steer wrestler here at Salinas. Bob, you've been in the business a long, long time. How long has it been?
Well, Mel, let's see. It's been 1939, 21 years.
21 years.
Yeah.
Well, that's a long time. They tell me you've done real well here so far by winning $811, and that you were a little worried on the steer you had yesterday. How did you get by him?
Well, luck is with me, Mel. We win first day of money with 8-2.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear it. I hope you throw this one today in as fast a time or better. Good luck.
Thanks.
The steer is given a 20-foot head start over the cowboy and his horse. The contestant jumps from his horse to the steer, brings the animal to a stop, and wrestles it to the ground. When the steer is flat on the ground with all 4 feet pointing in the same direction, time is taken, and the fastest time wins. This is Biff Davis of Chatsworth, California, who has thrown his 3 steers here in a total of 64 8/10 seconds. If he can down this one, he'll be the man to beat. And steer wrestling is one of the toughest events in the rodeo game. Oh, after about 6 seconds of that, you'll feel like you've been run over with a whole herd of these things. Biff takes no time here today, and he gets no money, but he's okay. 31 cowboys are entered here, and the purse totals $7,000. And the man with the least total time on forehead will get a check for $927. Now, Bob A. Robinson of Rockland, Idaho, who leads for the World Championship in this event this season. He's 71 6/10 seconds on 3, and world titles are decided on the basis of money won during the year-round rodeo season. Well, here he comes. Moving into position, watch the hazer pull his steer in there to make the jump or the steer in the proper place for him. His feet hit the ground beautifully, applying the pressure, the holt, and down he goes with all 4 feet out in the one direction. Here's Bob A. Robinson's time of Rockland, Idaho. It's a 12 4. That gives him a total time of 84 seconds on his steers. Mighty good time. Here's Harley May of Oakdale, California. He's got a time of 42 seconds flat on 3 steers. He's currently 7th as we go into the finals here at Salinas. In order to go to the lead in this event, he'll have to put one down in less than 18 2/10 seconds. He might be able to do it. He was in the lead here on 2. He ran into trouble on the 3rd steer. He was our world champion steer wrestler in '52 and then again in 1956. He's our past president of the Rodeo Cowboys Association, which is the administrative body that takes in 492 of the nation's rodeos. They paid out last year a total of $3,192,000 in prize money. Here comes Harley May, twice a world champion. Oh, he closes in beautifully on this one. Notice the hold as he puts him in there, applies the pressure, and he misses. The steer falling the wrong way. We call this a dog fall. He lets him up, tries it again, and it looks like a good one this time. The flag is dropped. His time, 16 5/10 seconds, or a total on 4 steers of 58 5, and that puts Harley May out in the lead right now. Well, here's Billy Hale of Colorado Springs, Colorado. He's got a very fast 37 2/10 on 3. He's 5th place now as we go into the last go here in the steer wrestling. He'll have to throw this one in 21 3 to go ahead of Harley May. At 21, this cowboy was the youngest steer wrestler to qualify for the National Finals Rodeo last fall. He was 11th last season and now ranks in the same place for this year. Notice his horse, a little anticipation here. He's ready to go at the slightest rattle. The barrier cord across there snaps open, letting him out. He takes a long leap for this one. Notice the pressure here. This old steer trying to back out of this one. Don't lose him. And a beautiful fall. He's on the ground. Billy Hale's time, it's a very speedy 13 2, gives him a total of 50 4/10 seconds. That puts him right out there in the lead now. He's the man to beat from here on. All right, our next bulldogger, steer wrestler, as he comes into the barrier, he's big bashful Benny Reynolds of Melrose, Montana. He's in 4th place now with a time of 36 8 on his 3 steers. He's got to make a 13 6 now to go to the lead over Billy Hale. He stands 10th in this contest for the championship of the world this year. Attaboy, Benny. He's got him a fast one. He scoops him up. He's about 6'3", Benny is, weighs 210 pounds, and he gets this one down real easy. His time, 12 seconds flat, and it looks like a total time of 48 8/10 seconds. And there goes Big Benny out into the lead. Oh, he's a big guy. Tough to beat in this event. Worked under a handicap today. Here's Dud Taylor of Parkfield, California. 8th as we go into the finals here with a score of 46 1 on his first 3 steers. He can't go to the lead because Benny is right in there with a little over 48 seconds. So this cowboy would have to throw one down in less than 2 seconds, and that's impossible. Well, Dud is considered one of the most successful ranchers here in California. He entered rodeos as a hobby a few years back, and he's a tough boy to beat. He's won Salinas in this event before. Boy, he's got a fast one. And he puts on the brakes. Come on, Dud. The front hold, and on the ground with him in a hurry. That's the hold the boys use for a fast throw, the front hold. He has a time of 12 2/10 seconds, which gives him a total of 58 3, sets him back a ways. Here's Don Huddleston of Clayton, Oklahoma. He's second man now going into the finals here with a score of 35 4/10 on 3 steers. He's got to put this one down in about 13 4/10 to go ahead of big bashful Benny Reynolds of Melrose. "25 years old. He's in his 2nd pro season. He looks good. There goes his hat. You've got to keep your feet ahead of you, and look at this Holt. He puts it on, and he's down right now. His time, 9 8/10 seconds, or a total of 45 2/10 on all 4 steers. Puts him out there in the lead now ahead of big Benny Reynolds. He's about 6'4", weighs 229 pounds. All right, now we're ready with our next bulldogger. He's Bill Fedderson of El Reno, Oklahoma. 35 and 8/10 seconds on 3. He's in third now as we go. He'll have to make a 9 and 4 to go to the lead. He's moving about 30 miles an hour when he takes a hold of this one. He's a good bronc rider, good bulldogger, what we call an all-around, and he tickles him down with that toe. His time, 12 and 8/10 seconds, and that gives him a total of 48 and 6. 48 and 6, not quite good enough to go ahead of Big Benny, but right in there, he'll probably carry home some of the prize money. Here's the boy we interviewed earlier. He's Bob Henry of Lakeside, California. Here he is. Bob has a total time on his first 3 steers of 31 and 2/10 seconds. He'll have to make it in 14 seconds on this one to beat Don Huddleston. Bob's placed in the day money here on 2 steers for a money of $811. He's moving in a little wide as he takes into this one. A beautiful catch. That a boy, Bob. Stay with him. And he jumps over him. He loses him. He looks like he's mad, but a big smile, a real sport, a hard cowboy to beat. Well, that's too bad, Bob, and there goes all the money in the finals that Bob had his sights on. Well, here's our steer wrestling winner from Clayton, Oklahoma, with a total time of 45 and 2/10 seconds. It's Don Huddleston. Congratulations, Don. Coming up next for the first time on TV, team roping, after a word to you ladies on how to protect your pretty dresses.
First job, dear?
Yes,
I thought so. Underarm stains. Look at them.
but I used a deodorant, a roll-on.
Oh, no wonder. A roll-on just isn't enough. You need the extra protection of a cream deodorant that rubs in.
On stage or off stage, for complete protection of your clothes, you need the greater effectiveness of new Arid Cream deodorant, now fortified with Perstop. Used daily, Arid stops perspiration stains, stops odor for 24 hours. Arid Cream is more effective than any cream, twice as effective as any roll-on tested. Here's proof. We apply a roll-on to this hand and rub Arid Cream into the other. Look. Any deodorant that washes away with water will surely be washed away by perspiration. The roll-on is practically washed away, but Arid Cream stays. Nothing protects you like a cream, and no cream protects you like Arid. Get Arid Cream deodorant and be sure.
Well, here's our 2 team ropers from down on the Mexican border down near Imperial, California. And they're 8 seconds ahead of all 160 other team ropers here. This is Bob Robinson, Billy Hogue. Bob, how do you think your lead is going to hold up here in the finals?
I don't think that 8-second lead is pretty good right now.
You think she's going to hold up pretty good for the finals?
We hope so.
Well, I do too. Well, Billy, out on the open range and ranch lands today, do you fellas still use team roping?
Yeah, Mel, we do for catch them, for branding and doctoring, that sort of thing.
Well, good. Well, we'll be watching for you boys to make a championship here today. We hope so.
Thanks a lot, Mel.
One cowboy ropes the steer around the head or horns. The partner ropes the hind feet, and a 5-second fine is assessed if the roper gets only one hind foot. Time is taken when both ropers have caught and faced the steer with their ropes tight. This event at Salinas offers the richest purse in rodeo history. 161 teams have each paid a $200 entry fee, swelling the payoff pot to $36,200. Now roping, Californians E.V. Dorsey and Harold Mattis with a total time of 57 and 6 on 3 head. Their time here today is a 15 and 7/10 seconds, gives them a total of 73 and 3. Here's Jack Gomez of Glen Ellen, California, Ron Biggin of San Francisco. They've got 57 seconds on 3 steers. In 6 places they go to the finals. They'll have to make a 16-2 to go to the lead. That'll have to be fast. Notice the cowboy carrying his loops in his hand. The rope is not tied fast. Dallies are made after the catch or wraps around the horn. Notice this one. It's a beauty, square around the horns and the dallies around the saddle horn. The heel throw is a good one. Both hind feet in the loop, and there's the steer properly on the ground for branding or dehorning or doctoring, as Billy called our attention earlier. And their time 11 and 3/10 seconds, or a total of 68 and 3. That takes them into the lead right now. Well, here's brothers Stan and Dan Branco with a time of 56.7 on 3 steers. They're in 5th place. Speedy 11 and 6 or anything under will take them to the lead. These boys hail from Madeira. Notice the cowboy taking a hold of that saddle horn. These horses really pull out of there in a hurry. Moving into position, he misses his head loop, and that's going to cost him valuable time here. There's a beauty on the head. All right, it'll be up to his brother now to move in for the heel throw. Gathers his rope. Come on, cowboy, let's go. Well, there's their catch with the one hind foot. Took them a little too long. They go way out of the finals now. Here's our next team. It's Ray Coors and Fred Nason with a time of 56-3 on 3 steers. They're in 4th as we go down to the finals. They'll have to make a fast one, 11 9/10 seconds to go to the lead. It's Ray Coors in the black hat, one of our rodeo livestock producers. He makes a beauty of a catch. Watch for that heel throw. They set the trap, and it looks like both of them are in there. And he pulls one foot out. That costs them an added 5 seconds penalty. Their time would have been a good one, but they get, with their penalty, a 15-4. Or a total time of 71-7, putting them second place. Here's a pair of boys to watch. It's Gene Rambo and Jim Rodriguez Jr. with 3 steers roped in 49-2. They're in 3rd now as we go into the finals. Anything under 19 seconds will take them to the lead. All right, here they are. And it looks like Jim Rodriguez makes the head catch. They've been 3-year winners here the past 3 years in team roping. And Gene Rambo picks up both hind feet and loses that one hind one. This may take them out of the finals. It doesn't look like it does with a time of 16-3 or a total of 65-5, and they stay right in there. Rodriguez is our current world champion. He's the youngest cowboy ever to win this world championship title. Here's Virgil Wallace of Riverside, California, Sonny Turman of Oakdale. They're second as we go into the finals here in the team roping. They'll have to make a 16-5 or better to go into the win, which will mean about $4,900. Notice the catch around the neck on this one. Sonny Turman moves in. He's a former world champion bareback rider and a hard boy to beat in this event. He throws his loop, and it looks like he missed, and there they go out of the finals. No score. Well, here's Billy Hogue of Holtville and Bob Robinson, whom you met earlier. And they're in the lead now as we go into this final part of the steer roping with a time of 40-9 on their 3 steers. Well, they've got a long time to win the money here today. Anything under 24-4 will take them into that big win of around $5,000. Gene Rambo, is in the lead with his partner Jim Rodriguez. And these boys are going to have to ride and rope to beat them. And the pressure is on these 2 boys as they come into the barrier. Notice Bob, he's wondering if they can make it. If they miss, they'll lose $4,808. They give the nod. They say, let's have him. Believe me, these boys are thinking about that prize money. Bob Robinson moves in, makes a beauty of a catch, but he picks up one front foot. This will cost him 5 seconds. The throw at the heels is a miss. Too bad. Here's the team that takes the top money home in team roping. It's Gene Rambo and Jim Rodriguez Jr. with a time of 65 5/10 seconds on their 4 steers. We'll be starting the bull riding in just a moment. And now I'd like to show you men how you can get those close, clean shaves without worrying about raw irritation. Watch this.
Men, here's an amazing lather discovery that lets you shave with any blade you like. Shave truly close without fear of that raw, sore feeling. It's Rise Extra Cool with menthol, now medicated to soothe skin and help heal tiny razor nicks while you shave. Rise Extra Cool's richer, wetter lather doesn't dry out on your face. It stays moist and creamy all through your shave. The menthol ice cools your skin. And from your very first stroke, soothing medication helps heal tiny razor nicks while you shave. Your face feels cool, comfortable. Shave with Rise Extra Cool, the lather that lets you shave truly close without fear of that raw, sore feeling. Get Rise Extra Cool with menthol, now medicated.
Well, here we've got the 2 cowboys who are tied for the top spot in Brahma bull riding at the California Rodeo in Salinas. Bill Reinstein and Harry Tompkins, each with a score of 343. Well, who do you think has drawn the toughest bull of the two of you here today?
I would say Bill has.
You think Bill has? Have you ever tried to ride this bull before, Bill?
Yeah, I rode him once before.
You rode him once. Well, it looks like you have a good chance to go to the top spot. Harry, how about you? You tried your bull
No,
before?
I've never been on either one of the two.
You've never been on either of the two before. Well, how about taking your hold on the bull rope? I know that's an important part. How do you do it?
It's a standard half-inch rope that's taken apart and braided flat to the size of your hand that you can hold. And you just pull it up as tight as you'd like. I ride one real loose. Take one wrap around the back of your hand and nod.
And hope it holds. Well, good luck to both of you. One of you is going to be the champion here.
Well, don't count on it.
Up that whistle blows.
Rodeo's roughest contest for bumps and bruises, the bull riding. It's the purest man against beast struggle in the cowboy sport, with only the loose